Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, December 14th. So it is highly possible I am going to get some hate mail from this video. But I guess part of this is a wake-up call for some people. So let's start with the question, were some of the reports from the big, huge tornado that went through Kentucky false? Was it some of that fake news? I am not saying that there were not tornadoes that went through the southern part, Midwest, over the weekend of like the 11th and 12th. I'm not saying that there were not tornadoes, that there were not lives lost, there was not destruction. That is not what I am saying. What I am saying is perhaps it was not as bad as the news reported. One reason I say that is because, I was watching a few clips because I'm just trying to get an understanding. I don't watch the regular news, but there were things coming across, and I was just kind of trying to wrap my head around what exactly happened. One of the clips that I saw was of a nursing home. They were pulling people out of a nursing home, and I had this instant thought. I'm like, I don't know if I thought that always happens or that's happened before, but whatever the feeling that I had was, I've seen that before. I have seen nursing homes go through a tornado and people trying to save people from a nursing home. That being said, something came across my vision today, and it was Janine and John Claude had done their Monday Night Live last night, and I think they were starting to ask the same question. Was it as bad as the news made it out to be? And she pulled cards, and what her information was that it was about 50% less than what it was supposed to be, and that it had been originally planned to be a lot worse, and maybe the White Hats came in and made it not quite as bad. But the news reports were still as intense as it was supposed to be in the first place. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well. So I guess my question is, at this point, did you or any of your family members experience this tornado? Do you think it was as bad as the news reported? Of course, if you lost your home, yes, you think it was as bad. But if you were in that peripheral area, was it as bad as they made it out to be? And for some reason, I keep getting this in my head. Look at the cars on some of the videos, and there's something about the cars on some of these videos that's going to give it away that these were older clips from 8+ years ago. I don't know why I keep getting that, because I just heard him say it again. I heard him say it in the shower. There's something about the cars being older in the videos. You're not going to be able to see anything about new cars. You're not going to see any new cars in the videos that makes it look like these were recent clips. These are some of the stuff they're showing on the news is older, and I'll just leave it at that. I also am starting to question Mr. MBB333, because he's one of the ones that I have watched for a long time. He does some of the weather patterns. He does some of the sky phenomenon. And he was one of the ones that did a video about it being 240 miles long and blah, 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 whatever it was. So I feel he was reporting fake news. Now, was he doing it on purpose, or does he just have his head up his ass so far that he's still reporting the fake news because that's what he believes? So yeah, I'm calling him out right now because I'm starting to question whether his stuff is true or not. So if anybody has any information on that, feel free to send me. Again, I am prepared to get hate mail on this video because this is going to trigger some people, especially the people that were involved in the tornadoes. Again, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying maybe it's not as bad as the rest of the world got to see on the news. Any information on that, I would appreciate. Phil did a live last night, and one of the things that he was talking about, and I know who these people are. He was talking about Richard, citizen journalist, and Nancy Drew. They are two people that live in DC, I suppose, or they go to Washington DC and they do videos all the time of what's going on in DC. They're the ones that show up the boarded buildings. They're the ones that show the fences and the barbed wire fences and the guards and everything. So they're kind of the ones that are on the ground in Washington, D.C., showing us what's really going on there. And what he was talking about last night was apparently there was caravans or something, he called them, going from one hotel to the Capitol building, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he reached out to his source to say, hey, you know, what's going on out there? Because Nancy Drew was told to stop recording. And that doesn't usually happen. Usually she said she's very friendly with the people. They let her record. And in this particular case, they did not want people seeing what was going on. And the information that he got was it was the tribunals that were going on, and they were not wanting people to see who was going. They were witnesses. So it's very protected right now, which again leads me to the comment of, for those that think nothing is happening, you're not looking in the right places. If you're one of the ones that is sitting there going, I don't see anything, nothing is happening, you're not looking in the right places. So I wonder what you're doing with your time, I guess is my question. Because I do spend a lot of time trying to get information from all different sources. I mean, like I said, I get my information from the tarot cards, from the astrology, from Allison Coe when she's doing quantum healing sessions, from Phil, from all of these people who are all trying to gather the truth. And then I put the pieces together. I see and feel that there is stuff coming. And it's so frustrating when you have someone going, but this and but that. I am not a physical person, but you know, sometimes I feel like I want to throat punch those people because they're being stupid. So I am at that point right now where I'm just like, I can feel this coming. You know, part of the whole video that Janine and Jean-Claude did was, it's like we are on the precipice of whatever. When I did my quantum healing session back in June, if you haven't watched it, one of the things that came out in that whole thing was when I went and took a class from the big bird, I can't talk, the big blue bird man, and he said, get prepared. We are going to see, or you are going to see something that you have never seen before. I cannot ignore what came out in that session and pretend like, for me, that is not true. Because if I cannot trust my own intuition, then what's the point of me standing up here having a conversation with you guys? You shouldn't trust me either. If I can't trust my own intuition, why are you watching me? I know something is coming. I have been told something is coming. And we are not going to know what it is, nor have we ever seen anything like it. So if you are not prepared, then that's your own fault. You've been warned over and over and over again. I don't know what's going on with me today, but it's like I feel like this very strong urgency for people to get their head out of their ass right now and get their fucking shit together, because this shit is getting ready to go down, and soon. I'm watching it with everybody that I'm talking to. I'm watching it with the people that I watch on my truther channels. I can feel it. I can see it. I know that it is coming. If you don't take this seriously, then it's not my fault that you got caught with your pants down. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I know I'm probably going to get some hate mail from this video, and I'm okay with that, because if it gets any of the people who are still questioning what's going on board, and they get their shit together, then perhaps this accomplished something. One of the other things that Phil was talking about, which is related, unrelated, is the importance of taking the CABAL all the way down to the ground and getting rid of them altogether. One of the things that I noticed when the big C word came out last year and took over the whole world, the advertisements that I saw on TV was alcohol and gambling. And every time I see those advertisements come out on TV, it makes me angry, because I know who's behind it. I know why they are doing it, because they know how to get to the emotions of humans. They know what to work on to get them even down farther in the mud. And knowing that and watching it, and still watching people brag about, oh yeah, I went out and got drunk last night, or, bragging about being big drinkers, I just want to go, yeah, you might as well say you work for the deep state, because you are following in the path that they want you to. It's like, it's just frustrating. So anyway, now that I have that off my chest, I'm not really as mad as I sounded, but that felt like a very urgent message that needed to come out. Is I feel that, I don't know, brewing inside of me, and I'm watching it around me. I'm feeling that energy. And one more thing before I get off of here. If you are not feeling this energy, then I am going to say you are not in the line of fire. You are not in that forefront of trying to move things where they need to be, because I feel like the ones that are experiencing these negative emotions at the moment are probably the ones that are on the front line. We are being hit hard by these emotions because we are the ones on the front line battling what's going on. And if you're sitting in the background and your life is all cushy and you don't feel anything, I'm going to say you're in the food tent right now, and you're not being shot with bullets or energetic bullets or whatever you want to call it, because I don't know how anybody in their world could not be affected negatively by what is going on. Yeah, some of you maybe have figured out how to have your armor on better than others, but it's still, there are things that is, I feel like it's hard to be 100% protected by what's going on right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of you have got it figured out how to protect yourself from this energy. I haven't figured that out yet. So more power to you. If this is not affecting you, then good for you. I'm done. I'm going to eat my breakfast and I'm going to go to work. Talk to you later. Bye.